We take filament drying very seriously and have made a lot of effort to ensure that our prints are not affected by stringing, webbing, and moisture bubbles. Moisture in your filament can not only cause negative results in print quality, it can impact hardware, operation, and longevity. Wet filament that snaps off in a PTFE tube or your filament feeder can take valuable time to investigate and repair. Filament dryers are incredibly important, especially when you rely on quality prints for clients, so we've bought a couple of popular brands from Creality called Space Pies. The double unit does a great job, and the 4-chamber dryer just got augmented as a feeder, storage, and dryer for our new Creator 5 Pro. Video coming soon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.
We have filament drying capabilities in our AMS2 Pros for the H2D and the P2S, but our A1 and X1C use the first Bambu Lab AMS iteration, so today's review focuses more on the EIBOS Tetras Multi-Filament, Multi-Chamber, and Multi-Material Dryer Upgrade Kit. That's a mouthful. This thing does it all, so let's get going. Installation was very easy using their step-by-step manual. It can be a bit intimidating open the box for the first time with all the parts. They provided a very nice quality metal hex driver to remove the old lid from your AMS. Yes, this dryer is compatible with the AMS2 Pro as well, but not as necessary due to the existing dryer motors. I took my time and I followed the directions closely while we watched TV. Nothing was difficult, and the cares that they put into placing protective film over every exposed plastic bit was assuring. Everything is clearly labeled and installation was a breeze. The cables are fed through the riser feet, connect via USB-C to the front screen from the power hub in the back. This thing was packaged so well, every little piece was packaged with care. It had plastic wrap on everything, and I mean everything. There are quite a few cables, but when you tuck them away, you honestly won't think about them anymore. When we were finished, it looked like a whole new machine, and in all fairness, it pretty much is. I do see one potential future problem, or it's not really a problem, it's just going to be a minor inconvenience, is you're going to have to pull this out before you push the release valves down to get the PTFE tube out of the back. But other than that, you know, it's really not that big of a deal.
Now that it's installed, what have we gained? Well, we now have 4 separate chambers that can be programmed with different parameters to accommodate simultaneous dryer setting. One chamber can be drying ABS while one uses settings for TPU. The max temperature is 65 degrees Celsius for each chamber or 149 degrees Fahrenheit. You can individually adjust each chamber for the filament type and also the drying time. This kit has an automatic release door that allows for appropriate exhaust, and it just looks cool when they activate. This is a very futuristic dryer. One feature I like the most is that you can set the chamber moisture to turn on the dryer for a set amount of time when the humidity level has been exceeded. I'm happy to do away with the desiccant packets for these dryers and the little beads all over the floor. The types of filaments that have presets are PLA, ABS, TPU, PETG, and 2 custom settings to go with your particular situation. Another thing to think about is active drying when printing. You can now set individual temps and times for those separate filament types when in operation. Some users have mentioned that it would be nice to have touchscreens, but honestly, how much time are you really going to spend navigating the simple menu system? Also, the price would have to be greatly affected. It's already appropriately priced at $199, and you can find sales on them quite often. I also love that the control screens adjust independently since we have these dryers elevated. It's just a well thought out device, and we love it. Now let's check for power consumption.
There's an advertised 60 watts per chamber equaling total 240 watts. That's 4 chambers times 60. I can do math. So let's check this and see where we are when everything is going at once.
Since we have 2 air purifiers in the studio, we can't hear the dryers until we get really close. If you have this in a small office space, you won't have any issues with noise at a normal room level at 46 to 48 decibels.
Another question you might have, is how well the chambers maintain individual temperatures and humidity. And I will tell you, it's not perfect, and there will be some residual drying across the entire 4-chamber module. But is that really a problem? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. One thing I do want to share with you is my 4-piece thermometer to demonstrate the consistency of variable temperatures. Here in the northern panhandle of Florida, moisture can get up to 40 to 50%, so minimizing wet filament will require a bit of creativity.
We first started using vacuum bags, and although they work great, it just takes a lot of time to change out colors while resealing used rolls. This became an issue with not only more printers, but hella bunches of rolls, over 200 to be exact. When we got up to around 100 rolls, our next stage was to use the cereal boxes. We had bags and bags of desiccant packets, so throwing a couple in each box container with a single roll worked well, but started taking up way too much shelf space. It was time to get a bit more creative.
Since it's just me and Jill, we rarely use our dining room, so I made a filament closet that we could hang hundreds of rolls and also have room for a couple of our louder printers, such as the Centauri Carbons. They're a little loud. We picked up a nice dehumidifier and put it in the corner. It's been doing great, and every couple of days I'll empty the water out. Not that big of a deal. But then I would never know exactly how much moisture it's producing. This idea was the clear winter, and it has been nice to use the room also for storing everything 3D print related. Want to buy some cereal boxes now? Because we have 100 of them. Our overall impression is great, and we can tell you now that these dryers are here to stay. Not only do they look great and function great, these alleviate those rare wet moisture anomalies that impact your bank account by wasting filament.
This is where we also admit that wasting filament is becoming an old art already due to the sudden influx of multi-head printing. So again, we invite you to join us as we share our Snapmaker U1 and FlashForge Creator 5 Pro compilations. Everything we can think of will be listed below, and if you have any questions, just let us know and we'll get right back to you.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Have a great day.
Bye.